welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. So as you guys know, Sam and I, my husband and I, are having our second baby in just a few short weeks. And so I thought I'd look back and tell you guys what exactly we are saving money on by using again, and what we had to buy new. And this could help other parents who are having a second child maybe, and figure out what you could really reuse and what you should still buy new. Obviously everyone's different, so take this advice with a grain of salt, but this is just what we kind of figured out in our journey to baby number two. Obviously it's going to be different if you have children of two different genders. For us, we had our first daughter in 2022, and now we're pregnant with another girl. So we can use a lot more like outfits and stuff like that. I'll explain a little bit more later as to what outfits we're reusing and what we're not and why. But a lot of outfits we can reuse. My first daughter is a spring baby, and this baby is due at the end of June, so summer baby. But so weather wise, we've had to buy a few new things and stuff like that. So obviously if you have children that are born in completely different seasons, that could affect what you could save and what you could reuse. If you have two different genders, like a boy first and then a girl, or a girl first and then a boy, that can affect what you can reuse. But overall, there are certain things that as a second time parent I think you should keep. So like as a first time parent who knows you want another baby later on, maybe you should think about keeping certain things, or maybe certain things aren't worth keeping because you're gonna have to buy them brand new anyway. So a lot of her newborn stuff maybe wasn't weather appropriate. So once we found out that we were having the baby in the summer, but it was a girl, I separated what I could as far as hand-me-down clothes that would fit the baby and would be weather appropriate. I kept those, and everything that wasn't weather appropriate I donated, or wasn't size appropriate I donated. So you just have to do inventory once you find out what's the gender of your baby and what month your baby's gonna be born. But some of the clothes that I didn't keep and that I personally think you should buy new, even if you're having the same gender, or even if you're having babies close in season, or babies that you know, the size you have newborn clothes. I didn't really keep any of Anna's PJs for baby number two, and I didn't really keep any of her bibs for baby number two, or burp cloths. I bought all new bibs, all new burp cloths, and all new PJs. Mostly outfits or outdoor onesies was things that we reuse if they were in good condition. So first things first, you want to do inventory of what season you're having this next baby and what you have saved. Figure out what is weather appropriate, what is gender appropriate, what is age appropriate and size appropriate, and then look at, are those clothes dirty? If they're stained and set in stains, then throw those out. If they're just not weather appropriate or just not size appropriate but they're in good condition, you can donate those. And then whatever is weather, age, size appropriate, you can save for your baby number two or three. That's what we did. So doing that inventory once you find out like the gender and the due date of your second baby is what we advise. But the reason I didn't keep any PJs or burp cloths or bibs was because those are the things that get stained the most with like spit up milk and like blowouts. And so those were really, none of them are gonna be, once you survive that newborn stage, most of them, 90% of them, are not going to be in good condition, because even if they're relatively clean and you can wash them, they're going to be stained with spit up. And especially like I feel like formula. So for me, I breastfed and formula fed Anna, combination of both, and I feel like formula stains the clothes more than breast milk. But also just blowouts, you know, like newborns have way more blowouts than toddlers, obviously, spit up and things like that. So I feel like the outside clothes don't really get messed up because you don't take your newborn out as much. You know, you might go for a walk, you might go to the park, but you're not like taking them to events and stuff when they're like 3 weeks old for the most part. And so those little cute little outfits that you buy, for the most part, if you're having another girl or another boy, you can probably reuse them as long as they're weather appropriate. But for PJs, bibs, and like the burp cloths, they were really stained, and so I didn't keep many of those, and I didn't even donate many of those. I really had to throw them out because they just get stained so easily. So we just bought all new of those for baby number 2. And obviously we also bought her her own outfits as well, but we did keep some outfits from her big sister. The second thing that I could say you can reuse are things like bigger purchase items. Like we had a baby brezza with our first daughter that we used to sterilize and bottle clean for newborn. We still use it with her, but not as much because she's not like on a bottle or anything, but we still use it to like sterilize her little plates and cups and stuff like that, but obviously not as much as we used it in the newborn stage. But now that we'll be in the newborn stage again with baby number 2, we'll be using the brezza again. So we did a deep clean. You can deep clean your baby brezza with just with vinegar water and running it. So just like you run a dishwasher, you just don't put anything in it. You run the cleaner part with vinegar and water, and that sterilizes it. So we have sterilized it, and so we're reusing our baby brezza. It still works perfectly fine. It's still on warranty for another year, and it's gonna come in handy, and it did come in handy the first time, so I'm sure it'll come in handy the second time with like those bottle cleanings and keeping the bottles sterile, and also other stuff like teethers you can sterilize in there, all kinds of other stuff like that you can sterilize in there. So we'll definitely be using like the baby brezza again. Car seats, you guys, it really depends on the age difference of your children, number one, because car seats do expire. So for car safety, you want to check that even if your first child is out of the car seat and you want to reuse a car seat, you do want to check with your car seat manual that it is not expired. But as long as it's not expired and hasn't been in an accident, it should be safe. But for us, we cannot reuse our car seat because our first daughter is still in her car seat. She is in the stage 2 because she's 2 years old and she's forward facing, but she's still in the car seat. So we had to buy another car seat. We just bought the same car seat. My mom gifted it to us, so we just got the same one. So we'll just have 2 of them, but we couldn't reuse it in that sense because our first child is still in the car seat. But if you have a child that's like out of the car seat and you still have it, just check to make sure that it's still safe as far as not expired. And if it has been in an accident, you know, if you and your child had like a fender bender or something, then please don't reuse it. But for the most part, you can reuse that. Also, another thing that we're reusing that's a bigger ticket item is our baby bouncer. We have a hop skip. It's a very simple baby bouncer. I will insert a picture either up here or up here, wherever I can. But it's a very simple bouncer, but our daughter really liked it, and all the soft plushiness comes out and you can wash it. So we were able to wash it and sterilize it for the new baby, so we don't have to buy a whole new bouncer. Another thing that you can reuse depending on the age of your children is your stroller. Obviously our daughter Anna can walk now and she walks most places, but we still use the stroller for you know, when she's tired or if we're going somewhere where she's gonna have to do too much walking. So we're not reusing the stroller, but our stroller is convertible from a 1 kid stroller to a 2. You can just buy the conversion kit. So instead of buying a whole new stroller, we're just buying the conversion kit and putting 2 seats. So now the newborn will have her seat and Anna will have her seat. And so it does save money though, because the original price, so we have a Mockingbird stroller, so those are convertible. You can look on the website. Not all their strollers are convertible, but we purposely, knowing that we wanted more children, bought one that was convertible. And so that's good because the stroller itself is about $600, but the conversion kit to convert it from 1 kid to 2 is only about $150. So you're saving money there. Another thing that we are going to reuse is our bassinet, guys. So for us, we did the same thing that we did with the bouncer. We took the bassinet insert out, we washed it, and so it is cleanly washed for baby, and so we are able to reuse it. The only thing I would say is make sure that the mattress, so a baby's mattress, in order to prevent SIDS, should be firm and not sunken in. And sometimes if you've had one baby sleep on the mattress, it will kind of sink in. We were worried about that. We were like, you know, we might buy a new bassinet, but luckily our daughter wasn't in the bassinet for too long. She ended up transitioning to the pack and play in our room and then transitioning to her own room in the crib. And so she was only in the bassinet when she was very, very small, and so she didn't cause any indents into the mattress, and so we are able to reuse it now that we've cleaned it. So therefore, I would just check, if you have an old bassinet, I would just check and make sure that the mattress is still in good and safe and SID safety condition. But as long as it is, give it a good wash and you should be good to go for baby number 2. So another thing that I'm not reusing, we bought all new bottles. I know me and Sam kind of went back and forth on if we should buy new bottles. We had some of Anna's old bottles. They were dirty and we tried to clean them and sterilize them. They were okay, but I just didn't feel comfortable because it is a newborn baby and newborn babies are more susceptible to germs. So I was a little leery and I was like, you know what, let's just throw these out and get new bottles. Bottles are not that expensive. So we did get all new bottles and all new breast milk, like container storage, all that type of stuff. We just got brand new so that it's completely sterile, and then we wash them and sterilize them. So we're not reusing bottles and things like that. We're also not reusing pacifiers, and we also bought all new teethers and teething like supplies. Smaller ticket items that we are reusing are like toys, like the newborn toys. So all of our tummy time mats and tummy time toys, all those toys that Anna has outgrown. Some of them obviously we donated and got rid of, but a lot of the newborn ones that are more sensory we did keep. So the tummy time, we have a few tummy time, like the ones that you strap on. So like little tummy time toys, sensory toys, the cards that I use with Anna, those you can all reuse. So I would keep them if you're planning to have another kid. So I would basically just do inventory. Think about when your second kid's going to be born. Think about the season, the time, and what you can reuse, because it honestly saves a lot of money. Even though we've spent money to get ready for baby number 2, we definitely saved a lot more money than getting ready for baby number 1. So if you look around and think about what you can reuse, I'm sure you can find ways to save money and still prepare for your new coming baby. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope it was good advice. If you have any other advice on things that you kept for your second child or how you saved money, you can leave them in the comments below. I'll see you guys next week.